All right, here's our beginning of July garden tours. You notice these trees have done some incredible growth since the beginning. I did have to hit them with some fruit tree spray because we were seeing some pests. Also the plum trees, a lot of great growth. I'm hoping that'll attribute to some lot of good flowering next year. We've added some raspberry bushes in the back there next to our blueberry bushes. Our blueberry bushes are just about done. I'm going to kind of zoom in on one of the blueberries there. There you go. Most of the bushes were covered with a density that kind of was like similar to this one, but that bush happens to be a little late. We ate most of them. The birds got the ones we didn't. Now onto the garden part. We did make some changes here. Back in the back row, we'll do the back row first. We have some snap peas, and I added some cucumber plants there. They're not up yet. We had potatoes on either side. This is the only row that really remains. And there are bugs on that, so I'm gonna have to spray that with probably some mineral oil. Moving along, we have sweet potatoes in there, we have some beans, we have some kale, and then towards the end again, still broccoli in the front here. We have some kale again. We had garlic in here, but I pulled that out. It looks lovely. Check a look at some of the pictures I posted. We have some carrots, and we have some lime green zucchini. Lot lighter than the ones we normally have. Kind of see I have a good example down here. See, one's doing well, one not doing so well. That's okay. We also have some, I want to say it's burpee parsley or something that said new for 2021, and we have a little bit of cilantro in here. Again, kind of zooming back out, bringing you along in the garden tour here. Over in the corner there, I planted some more zucchini plants. Those are I forget the name of the zucchini plant, to be honest with you. It's a burpee variety. We have a Romanesco. Back in the back row there, we have some Rutgers and Early Girl tomatoes. Up here we have, or down there I should say, we have a lot of cucumber plants. And of course you can see some sunflower plants in there. The sunflowers are facing the morning sun. Unfortunately, that's the direction it comes, so they're not smiling at us. Down here, I threw in some beans, I think. Yeah, along those rows of carrots. We have some Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before. You can kind of see them in there if you look carefully. All right, coming back out. Most of this is just broccoli. It's past its prime. That white flower there that you see, that flower is a carrot flower, interestingly enough. And you see that a lot of the broccoli has already bolted. We had some little florets left down below. Gotta pick those sometime soon. Panning down through the garden. Back row, we have a lot of asparagus. We have some brand new Seascape Everbearing strawberries here. They're doing very well. They're spreading rapidly. And in the back there, we had some beans, but I had a carrot. I had a rabbit come in and eat the bean tops. We have some, our sugar peas just about finished there. We'll eat a few more and then I'll reseed that. In here we planted some more beans. We got, what do they call this? Goblin flower or something like that. A couple of pepper plants here. We have Cubanelles. We have ghost pepper, and we have another one called like Death Cloud, I think is one of those. These are straw flowers in here. One of my favorite flowers. In here we have two different varieties of tomatoes that are over here. These are going to be our grape tomatoes. We have some peppers. We have some more peppers. Both of those are hot varieties. We have some eggplant coming up here. And then finally we have some San Marzano plants coming in, or San Marzano tomato plants. Moving over here, I know you can't see in the back, but we have a couple of persimmon trees, a lot of blueberry bushes back there. We have a couple of extra tomato plants that I pulled out from last year. They were sole survivors, so I just potted them, put them in the back there. We have plenty of corn, very exciting stuff here. Corn is doing very, very well. Also, you've seen some big leaf things in there. Those are birdhouse gourds that I've planted in there. I was hoping they would do well back in here, and they have plenty of space. We have some pear trees as well. We have a couple apple trees behind me. But moving over here, we have our grapevine. These are a Concord grape. They are seeded. You say, well, that's kind of cool right there. But moving right along, let's move along there's some pretty dense growth right in around here. They look cool, actually. Moving along the line here, we do have a raspberry bush that surprisingly popped up here. I had to pull out of my other raspberry bushes because of cane rust, but we do have a couple of other grapevines that are growing here, doing very well. This one I rescued from Home Depot. They said it was only like $7 because it was almost dead. Little did they know it was actually a lot alive. We have some raspberry bushes here that aren't looking good right now, but we actually harvested all the raspberries off them. We probably got like, I don't know, a couple of pints easily. Again, they don't look great right now, but they're about ready to start their summer growth for the September, October's raspberries. And then I planted a few other raspberry bushes here as well. We'll see how they do. I normally give you the whole perennial garden tour, but I'm going to kind of give you some highlights here. We have some Jerusalem artichokes, some daisies, some canna flowers. We have some black-eyed Susan, some gooseneck flowers tucked in there. Moving around, we have gladiolas, of course. Some yarrow tucked in here, purple coneflower. Again, some more daisies, more purple coneflower. We have tansy up here, a little bit of mint in the back. The Jerusalem, that flower in the back is doing very, very well. Anyway, this is pretty much the tour. A little bit of, what was it, oregano popped up there. So anyway, a nice perennial garden. It's doing very well. We have the herb garden still doing well as well. Have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this garden tour.